What's going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. And mercifully, it is the start of legal tampering today, 11 a.m. Central Time. A lot of very complicated free agent deals are going to magically get done. Right meow. So we should have some clarity on Kirk Cousins, Danielle Hunter, and also what's going on with Vikings free agency. Does I bite my tongue? Might be a bad omen for the week, but let's dive on in. So first up, all this talk about what Kirk Cousins' contract is going to be. PFF, who's done a pretty good job of guesstimating what contracts are going to be, projects a 2-year, $40 million a year average, $60 million guaranteed. So 2 years, $80 million, $60 million guaranteed. So 40 and then 20. Now, I feel like this could be a decent compromise if Kirk Cousins is indeed back, because 40 average per season is well below market rate of what Kirk should be at. I think that's something that the Falcons probably wouldn't want to go past either, and he does get a little bit of guaranteed money, a bit of a compromise in 2025. Now, this is actually fine, because if and when the Vikings still draft their quarterback of the future, the Vikings have options with Kirk next offseason. So say Kirk comes back, he has a very good season like he's had with Kevin O'Connell last two, and if the Vikings decide to move on and they want to roll with the kid in 2025, they could trade Kirk Cousins, which he would still have trade value if he's still playing at a high level. So even though he has $20 million guaranteed on his contract in 2025 from the Vikings, there could include offset language. So it could be a situation like Russell Wilson where the Vikings could cut Kirk Cousins. He is guaranteed at least $20 million, but if Kirk signs somewhere else in open free agency to be a starter, he's not going to get less than $20 million. So this is not a Russell situation where the Broncos owe him $39, and it makes sense to sign him for the league minimum, because Kirk is going to want more than $20 million per season. So the Vikings could get out of that $20 million guaranteed, get that off of their salary cap and their books, and he goes sign somewhere else. But that's looking down the road. I think the 2 years, $60 million guaranteed is a compromise that the Vikings could and should be looking into. Also, some free agents that the Vikings should be looking into is Andrew Van Grinkle. Now, yes, he is a stupid Badger, but he was a Brian Flores draft pick, 5th round in 2019. PFF loves him, blah, blah, blah. Flores' presence could be a factor in adding a versatile edge player like Andrew Van Grinkle. And also, if he sucks and is like napping out there, we can call him Rip Van Grinkle. In free agency, Flores and his regime drafted Van Grinkle in Miami back in 2019. And he found a gem. Van Grinkle finished 2023 ranking 7th among edge rushers in overall and pass rush grades. He's also athletic enough to efficiently drop into coverage. He will give Flores another chess piece to play with an ascending defense. And if Danielle leaves, if DJ Wanham leaves, having Van Grinkle there on the edge also can play a little bit of off-ball in certain situations would make sense. Now, he is going to be 29 in July, but he's 6'4", 242, like we said, stupid Badger. Last season, 53 pressures, 6 sacks, a 91.1 PFF grade. So I think that he wouldn't be overly expensive, and I think that he would fit, obviously, what Flores is going to do on defense. Someone who would also fit, Eric Armstead, baby. So Jordan Schultz dropping this. Sources tell Bleacher Report 49er star defensive lineman Eric Armstead has decided to become a free agent and will be released. Armstead, coming off a 6-tackle, 1-sack performance in the Super Bowl and ranks 4th in playoff sacks among all active players. His 8 playoff sacks rank second all-time in franchise history. Now, he's a player that's damn solid, very damn good. Frankly, him being frozen out of like the Pro Bowls and stuff is ridiculous, but he consistently steps up in big time games. So he is a big game Eric, something like that. But Armstead is 30, but he's 6'7", 290, which is ridiculous. 58 pressures, 5 sacks at 86.5 PFF pass rushing grade last year. Also, since he was cut, he wouldn't count in the comp formula if the Vikings signed him, and he would be perfect for what they want and need at 4-tech, 5-tech. So he can play that defensive end spot. He can provide some pass rush. He can stop the run. He can set the edge. He can do a lot of things. I would love, just because if the Vikings lose Danielle and Kirk, doesn't mean it's a hard reset. I mean, this team is still going to be quality, and also the taking advantage of your rookie quarterback on his rookie contract. Build a bully in the trenches. Armstead would be a big step in that direction. On some news that just broke right after we got done recording, Russell Wilson signing with the Steelers. It's hilarious, man. So, Schefter, go. 9-time Pro Bowl quarterback and former Super Bowl champ Russell Wilson plans to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers per league sources. Wilson will sign a team-friendly one-year deal, which the Broncos will wind up paying $38 million of his salary, while Wilson wears the black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. So, it's noteworthy because now one of the options, if and when Kirk Cousins does leave, is off the table. So, everyone who wanted Russell Wilson on a league minimum deal, he gone. Now, also, I thought it was just so funny. Like, all of the talk is like, oh, the Steelers are really good with Mason Rudolph as well as Kenny Pickett. Small hand smells like cabbage. Baloney. It's ridiculous. Now, could Russ bring back that love and feeling? Maybe. They do have Deontay Johnson. They do have Najee. They do have Pickens. So, I mean, they do have some weapons. They got to retool that offensive line, though. It's very poopy. But Russ, outside, getting away from stupid-ass Sean Payton, getting away from guys like Nathaniel Hackett, could he have a renaissance? Sure. It's possible. Also, with Tomlin, anything's possible. So the Falcons social media team put this out. Reminder, ATL, we don't make free agency decisions, we just announce them. So they're already getting out in front of when fans don't like a decision that the team makes and the team's social media account puts it out, and all the fans are like, boo, boo, boo. It's not on the social media team. They did not make the decisions. They're not in those meetings either. So it feels like the Falcons are preparing to do damage control if there's a divisive free agent move that they're about to make. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Kirko, welcome home. Did you know that Kirk's wife's from Georgia? It's crazy, man. Someone's also crazy is the Patriots traded Mac Jones to the Jaguars for what turned out to be a 6th-round pick. Now, apparently, Belichick could have traded Mac Jones mid-season and rolled Bailey Zappi and probably got a 2nd-round pick, but Robert Kraft was like, no, reportedly. It's funny, man. But the whole thing about Mac Jones is that we've talked about, did I want him as a bridge quarterback for the Vikings? Absolutely not. I mean, marginal production, marginal accuracy, marginal arm strength, as well as marginal leadership and character. Other than that, he's really, really good. Trey Wingo pointed this out. So the vaunted 2021 quarterback draft class, Trevor Lawrence, number 1, still questions with Jacksonville. Zach Wilson, Jets want him gone. He's going to be gone. Trey Lance already been traded. 11, Justin Fields probably going to be traded and replaced by Caleb Williams. Hasn't really gotten the time of day. 15, Mac Jones just traded for a 6th-round pick to back up Trevor Lawrence. Buyer beware. The sure things are rarely sure. So again, I think that's the last time the quarterback went 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think that was the first time in NFL draft history that it went 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks. It's funny. And Justin Fields. The Bears got the steal of the draft, and the Vikings wanted Justin Fields so bad, but they couldn't get him because the Bears got him. Turned out okay. Then Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones looked good for a hot second. I mean, he was a Pro Bowler, but whatever, man. So again, I mean, a lot of people had high hopes, like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields and Zach Wilson were going to feed families, but not so much. I'm really hoping that this year's quarterback class is not like that, because the Vikings should and could be in the thick, THICC of it. Also, Anthony Edwards, his Adidas shoes are fantastic. The AE1 or whatever is really damn good, really damn stylish. Now, this shoe is a lot more yellow than orange. If you see it on the TV, it's good. But Anthony Edwards put this out, a.k.a. Aren't You a Quarterback? My first PE dedicated to where it all started. Believe that. Now, ironically, his team was the Atlanta Vikings, which, given the Kirk Cousins situation, is hilarious. But, I mean, look at that. Anthony Edwards, future superstar, future supernova, future going to be better than MJ. I just said that. But looking good. And also, it's ironic that he wears 8. I mean, you cannot script this any better. It's amazing. I love it, man. Also, so I've seen some clips of Anthony Edwards throwing the ball. Hear me out. So he's got size. He's got a good release. He's got a good arm. Obviously would have some great mobility too. Would have great leaping ability, although I don't think that really matters for a quarterback. I mean, Deion Sanders played 2 sports. Come on, man. I always thought that about Joe Mauer too. Anyways, so we listed We put this up in the community tab too. So we listed 3 non-negotiables for the Vikings this offseason. Now, this does not mean ignore everything else. So just because we didn't list running back, or just because we didn't list kicker, or just because we didn't list whatever, doesn't mean that they're going to ignore it. But these 3 things need to happen this offseason. Number 1, draft quarterback of the future. Even if Kirk is back, you need to find your guy. You're set up perfectly. Go up and go get him. Extend Justin Jefferson. Don't have this thing play out where he's on the franchise tag. Like that's a little bit too close for comfort. And also, since you do have cap space now and potentially $100+ million in 2025, take care of him. Do it. And also build in both trenches. All right. So I want to overhaul in the offensive line on the interior. I want Bradbury to be gone. I want the Vikings to get back to being a bully along the O-line, as well as stopping the run, and we have the meats on the D-line. That's not something that Kwesi has to tackle. So it all starts today with legal tampering. The Vikings probably going to have some deals done. We're probably going to know where Kirk Cousins and Daniil and guys like Christian Wilkins are going to hang their shingle in 2024. So I want to believe. I need to believe that the O'Connell and Kwesi method is going to work. Because otherwise, fire everyone. I don't know, man. But we'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. This beautiful Monday Vikings news dump. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.